U.S. President Donald Trump has addressed the nation in his first primetime speech since the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran broke out in late February. After weeks of shifting goals and at times unclear motivations, the question of the hour is, are we any closer to an end of this war? And is there a plan for a peace? Those are the questions we're putting to our Washington Bureau Chief, Ines Pohl. Ines, good to see you. So let's jump right... Oh, thank you. Let's jump right in. Here's Trump speaking about the U.S.'s objectives in the war.
Our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. And tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion.
Well, you know, this speech was really anticipated because he had made some noise before it. He had been talking about NATO. There were rumors that he might announce that he is going to send troops into Iran or other close-by areas. By the end of the day, he didn't make any new announcement in this 19 minutes speech or so. He basically repeated what he has posted on Truth Social before. He said that he will certainly try to bring this war to an end without delivering any clear plan, and he definitely disappointed some Republicans and I'm sure also many allies.
So, Ines, you were just telling us that we heard nothing really new in the speech, but what exactly do you make of those claims? Is the U.S. actually close to achieving its goals in this conflict?
Well, you know, the immediate response from Iran was really only minutes after Donald Trump ended his speech that they were sending missiles to the neighboring Gulf countries to show that they are still able to defend themselves in their perspective. So what he's talking about, Donald Trump, all the accomplishments he made, he had said that before. He said that basically from day 1 or 2 on, but he didn't only deliver any proof, he also in a way contradicted him within the speech, because he said later on that he would need another 2 to 3 weeks to really kind of defeat Iran. So this was a speech full of contradictory, full of statements which he kind of took back only minutes later. So it's really hard to say by the end of the day what really the message was he wanted to deliver during these 20 minutes.
So how likely is that to be read in the United States? Just more delay tactics from the administration?
Well, you know, that's probably what some people would say. I mean, there was some hope that Donald Trump would be able, in this speech, which is the first public speech since the war started, that he would give the American public some idea about a plan how to end this war, what kind of a deal he would like to accomplish with the Iranian government, and what the next steps would look like. But he wasn't able to do that. Again, he just repeated what he said before, praising all the accomplishments the military was able to achieve in Iran, but not giving any clear path how to end this conflict.
Now, he also spoke about the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, and that's, of course, helping drive up energy prices around the world. Let's take a listen to what Trump's message to his allies were.
Countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy.
In Trump's speech, and here his message seemed to be buy American oil and take back control of your passage yourselves, speaking to his allies. So if the U.S. has as much control over the region as Trump claims, why can't the U.S. guarantee for free passage in the Strait for international trade?
Yeah, that was really an interesting moment in this speech, because I think that was the moment when many people thought now he maybe is going to talk about NATO. Now maybe he says, you know, if NATO or NATO allies don't help him to kind of protect or to clear a free passage of this through the Strait, then he would repeat his threat to leave the alliance. He didn't go that far, and as you just said as well, you know, he, even when he's talking about this trade, he's contradicting himself within like 6 sentences. On the one hand, he said it's an easy thing. It will be opening naturally after we bombed Iran back to the Stone Age where it belongs. I'm just quoting him here. On the other hand, he asked the allies to help him to secure the passage or free passages through this small water body. So it's again, it's basically impossible to get a grip on a clear message Donald Trump was putting out there tonight. I think what he tried to do, kind of give the American people the feeling that an end is near. He said in 2 or 3 weeks this war will be over, but he didn't deliver any clear idea how he's going to accomplish that, and what the American people will have to expect until then.
Yeah, and that frustration among the American voters is something I actually wanted to talk about. The disruption on the energy market is helping drive up prices in the U.S., which is, of course, souring many people on the war. Do you think that this speech will help ease the fears of Americans who are worried about the economic impact?
Very interesting question, and it's very interesting to note that Donald Trump didn't touch that topic whatsoever. He talked about other wars. He mentioned World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, Korean War, Iraq War, and talked about the length of these wars, that they sometimes took years. And then he said this Iran war is only going on since a month, probably wanting to say, hey, people, it's not such an outstanding thing. We will manage it and stop this war fairly soon, so don't you worry. But with this kind of comparison to other big military conflicts this country initiated or went through or took part in, he's definitely not able to ease the fear and the suffering of many Americans. It's interesting. I attended the CPAC. It's a conference from the very conservative part of the Republican Party in Texas last week, and the number one topic there, of course, was were the cost of living. It was the gas prices, which are exploding here in this country and no end in sight. So this speech tonight will hardly be able to ease the fear of the American people that the cost of living will get even higher.
Well, and of course, as the Americans like to say, it is the economy, stupid. Now, Trump was also eager to tie the economic pain we're talking about to Iran's supposed nuclear ambitions. It was kind of an interesting passage. Let's take a listen.
Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain and instability worse than we can ever imagine.
So as we heard there, Trump again and again claimed that Iran was mere weeks away from being able to produce a nuclear bomb. And that's something many experts we've spoken to have actually disputed. So the question is, have we seen any additional information from the U.S. government that would bolster those claims?
No, nothing. He's just repeating the same statements over and again, and he's not delivering any proof. What some people were also waiting for tonight, if he would talk about, how to move on, what to do next with enriched uranium in Iran, but he didn't really touch that topic because it's also clear that would need probably to get really this material out of the country would need a deep or high involvement of troops on the ground, American troops in Iran, and this is something he apparently doesn't want to start, or he doesn't want to go there because he knows that this is nothing what the American people want. We just heard from the latest polls that only 30% or so of the Americans overall are in support of a war which is only kind of conducted from the air, and more than 60% are against it, and there is a huge majority who does not want to have any ground involvement at all. So this whole topic of atomic nuclear weapons, he didn't really touch that very intensively, and so it's a tricky thing for him because he promised to do that in the beginning, but he sees that it's by far not as easy as he said it would be.
So still a month on and a lot of questions that need to be answered. That was DW's Washington Bureau Chief Enos Pohl. Thank you very much for your reporting. And what do you think about Donald Trump's war speech? Under how much pressure is the president to wrap up the war in Iran? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe.